Okay, I'm ready to start the finishing process here. At this point, I still have some glue scraping and surface preparation to do before I apply the patina. But I just wanted to do like an overview of the products that I'm going to use just to get that out of the way. It's really important to remove all of the glue residue. So that's the finicky part of this process right here. And sometimes it's hard to see. If I have a problem area, I can work it with the scraper, or I have this chisel that I keep dull on purpose. So I use this when I just want to scrape things on a surface and not really gouge into it. I use these gray buffing pads a lot, and that's primarily the most useful thing for getting oxidation and glue residue off the surface. And I've got the blue nitrile gloves, and I want to wear these as I'm doing the cleaning so that I don't add fingerprints and grease to the surface as I'm cleaning it off. So after I'm finished with the surface preparation, I'm going to set it up and apply my patina juice. And this is a product that I make and mix myself, and you can buy that on eBay. As well as these gray buffing pads. These finishing products, you can search these out and buy them probably on Amazon, I would assume. So the lacquer seals in the patina and doesn't add any gloss to it, and then I apply 2 or 3 coats of paste wax. This is clear wax, and I can tint it if I need to. For these, I probably won't tint it, but if I have like a big gap or something and I just want it to blend in, I can add a little bit of pigment to the wax. I made a video about that. But these are the products that I'm going to use for the finishing. Okay, so I'm ready to do the next step of the patina process. And I'm going to go over the zinc with hot water, and this is a rinse bucket, but I'm just going to go over it again to tone down this whitewash residue and kind of even it out. So I don't have to do that. I could just wipe it with a cloth or leave it as is, but there's a little bit more whitewash on this side of the frame, so I just want to even it out. On the copper, I'm going to do another coat of the juice to gradually darken it up. So you got a real dark spot there in the corner, and that can happen. Oh, look out there, Joe. You don't want to touch that. So I'm going to go over the copper with the juice to even out the color, and then I'll probably do a wash to tone down the greenish residue that shows up. That doesn't have to be there. This is just kind of a residue that comes off pretty easy. So that's what I'm doing. To install the mirror glass and cut the 1/4 inch backer, and then the mirror will be ready to install, which I don't think I'm going to be able to do because I don't really have wall space here to hang these up. So I might have to get creative with a photo shoot, maybe do it outside, or hang it up somewhere else. I had a little mishap with my mirror glass. Actually ended up scratching that backer layer. I don't know if I went all the way through, but I had this laying on my work table here, and I guess I must have run a board over it and, you know, got some grit in there or something and scratched that layer. So I'm hoping I didn't ruin that glass. But that just illustrates what can happen, you know, with mirrors. That back layer is, you know, somewhat sensitive and it can get scratched. Now, when I measure for the glass, I cut it undersize at least 1/8 of an inch, so that I have a good 1/16 inch gap all the way around. And then the purpose of that is just to make sure, one, that the mirror glass fits, because, you know, there's a plus or minus error in their measurements, so they can make it a little bit too big, you know, if their measuring tape or their scale is different than yours. And plus the mirror frame can be slightly out of square, or the glass can be out of square, one of the two. So you need a little bit of extra room to get the glass to fit, and you don't want to have to be, you know, chiseling your opening at the last minute. So there's a little bit of gap in between the frame and the glass, and then I just fill up that gap with either a piece of wood or some material like this, just to give the glass a little bit of cushion and keep it from rocking around in that opening. These are the hanging cleats, and I draw the center line on the cleat, which helps with the install. So these cleats can hang the mirror in any orientation. Alright, well here it is. Copper and zinc mirror. So this was quite a project. And the copper patina actually continued to change after I sprayed it with the lacquer, and all of these darker contrasting colors started to pop up. So that's pretty cool. So you can see the black painted layer in between the glass here. It just looks like empty space, but if you can imagine what that would look like if it was unfinished wood, it would definitely be more distracting. So it's important to do that. And the finicky touch-ups at the end really make a difference, because this inside edge of the glass is what you're going to be looking at all the time. So that's the part of the frame that is the most visible and most important to get all those details right.